Marcus Strowman has been nothing short of a headache for Yankees fans this season, and honestly, it's easy to see why frustration is boiling over. Coming into the year, there was a lot of buzz around him. He was the guy supposed to anchor the back end of the rotation, the fifth starter who would bring not only solid innings, but also that larger-than-life personality the Bronx thrives on. He was talking the talk, saying he wanted to be a starter, making it clear he wasn't interested in heading to the bullpen, and he was projecting that confidence we all want to see from someone stepping into a big role for the Yankees. But then reality hit hard, and it's been a tough pill to swallow for everyone watching. When you break down his most recent outing in Double-A, the numbers jump out in all the wrong ways. He couldn't even make it through the fourth inning, giving up 10 hits and 5 earned runs. To make matters worse, he walked 2 batters and struck out only 1. 65 pitches thrown, and a lot of those just missed the mark. For a guy who was supposed to be on the verge of rejoining the big league club, it's not just disappointing, it's borderline unacceptable. The expectation was that this would be his last stop before getting back to the Yankees. But now it looks like the team might have to rethink that plan and possibly have him spend more time in the minors, maybe even in Triple-A, to get more innings and work through whatever kinks remain. The bigger issue is that Strowman hasn't shown the kind of velocity or command that you want from a major league starter, especially one expected to hold down a critical spot in the rotation. His fastball has been hovering around 89 miles per hour, which is way below the league average for someone his role. When you combine that with inconsistent control and a lack of crispness in his pitches, it makes it hard for anyone to believe he's ready to step up to the big leagues and perform at the level the Yankees need. And this isn't just about numbers on paper. There's a real concern about his mindset and how he fits into the clubhouse. From the start of the season, Strowman has been something of a distraction in the locker room. His public comments about not wanting to be moved to the bullpen and insisting on being a starter painted a picture of a player who's putting his own wants ahead of what's best for the team. For Yankees fans, especially here in the Bronx, that kind of attitude doesn't sit well. This is a team that values grit, sacrifice, and doing whatever it takes to win. And when a player comes in making those kinds of demands but then can't back it up on the mound, it creates tension. It's like the promise is there, but the delivery is nowhere close to what's needed. And let's be clear, being in Double-A and struggling this much doesn't inspire confidence. You're facing hitters who are still a few years away from the majors, and if you can't dominate at that level, how are you supposed to handle the pressure and talent waiting for you in the Bronx? The Yankees have some very important games coming up against teams like the Athletics and then the Mets, who are in the midst of a fierce rivalry that feels like a playoff preview every time they meet. You can't afford to have a fifth starter who's underperforming or shaking the team's confidence. That's why Aaron Boone and Brian Cashman have to seriously consider their options here. It's not just about loyalty or contracts. Strowman is signed under a 2-year deal, but that doesn't mean the team should feel obligated to keep him in the rotation if he's not ready. Protecting his ego or hoping he eventually figures it out isn't a smart strategy when the stakes are so high. Instead, they have to be pragmatic and find someone who can give the Yankees a real chance to win every 5th day. That might mean sending Strowman to the bullpen if he's willing, or keeping him in the minors longer, or even considering a release if things don't improve. The Yankees can't afford to gamble with this spot because it could cost them in key moments down the stretch. Adding to the concerns, his most recent numbers don't lie. In his latest stint with Somerset, he threw just over 60 pitches, with a strike percentage that hovered around 63%, but that was still coupled with a nearly 7 earned run average and more walks than you'd like to see. This is a 34-year-old pitcher who has been sidelined by left knee inflammation, and it's obvious that his injury has affected his ability to perform at a high level. He last pitched for the Yankees on April 11th, and at that point, he had a win-loss record of 0 and won with an earned run average north of 11, which is just disastrous for a guy expected to be a dependable starter. Meanwhile, the team is dealing with other injuries, like Luis Healy's absence and Ryan Yarbrough landing on the injured list, which only complicates the hunt for a reliable fifth starter. The pitching staff behind the top 4 guys looks promising, with Max Fried dominating at the top, Carlos Rodon providing solid outings as the number 2, while Warren showing flashes of strikeout stuff but still needing some development, and Clark Schmidt stepping up as a dependable arm who nearly threw a no-hitter against the Orioles. But that fifth spot remains a question mark, and it's becoming clear that Strowman might not be the answer. Luis Healy's recovery is something to keep an eye on because he's shown encouraging signs of returning to form, hitting mid-90s on a radar gun and showing control that Aaron Boone praised recently. He could be a key part of the rotation moving forward if he continues on this trajectory. But as for the fifth starter, the Yankees have to be cautious. They might have to lean on younger pitchers, give them a shot to prove themselves, and be willing to make tough decisions that don't involve holding on to a struggling veteran out of hope or contract considerations. The recent series against the Reds highlighted how important pitching consistency is. Max Fried rebounded after a tough loss to the Orioles and reminded everyone why he's the ace of the staff, delivering a strong performance to help the Yankees get a win. But in the second game, Jazz Chisholm's emotional outburst and subsequent ejection really hurt the team. Moments like those, where a player loses control at a crucial time, can be costly, especially in tight games. It's a reminder that the mental game is just as important as physical talent, and the Yankees need players who can keep their cool when the pressure is on. So as the Yankees digest continues to follow every twist and turn, the question remains, will the team pump the brakes on Marcus Strowman and explore other options? Will the young arms rise to the challenge? And can Luis Healy's comeback give the rotation the boost it desperately needs? There's no easy answer yet, but the pressure is mounting, and every start from here on out matters more than ever. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. MLB fans are buzzing with a shocking rumor that has taken the baseball world by storm. Whispers are growing louder that the New York Yankees, the storied rivals of the Boston Red Sox, are on the verge of announcing a blockbuster acquisition, Garrett Crochet, the rising star pitcher currently making waves with the Red Sox. While nothing has been officially confirmed yet, insiders suggest that this potential move could shake the foundations of the American League and redefine one of the most intense rivalries in sports history. Garrett Crochet, known for his electrifying fastball and impressive strikeout ability, has quickly become one of Boston's most promising young talents. Since debuting, he has showcased the kind of talent that teams dream of: dominant, consistent, and capable of turning games around with a few pitches. For years, fans have seen the Yankees and Red Sox fiercely battle it out, trading blows both on the field and in the front office. The prospect of Crochet crossing the Hudson River to join the Bronx Bombers has many speculating about the implications for both teams. Sources close to the situation hint that the Yankees are eager to bolster their pitching staff after a roller coaster season. They see Crochet as a valuable asset to strengthen their rotation or bullpen, providing that rare edge necessary to chase another World Series title. Meanwhile, questions swirl around the Red Sox's willingness to part ways with one of their brightest prospects. Is Boston ready to rebuild, or are they simply leveraging Crochet's value in a strategic move to address other roster needs? This rumored trade would not only add fuel to the already heated rivalry, but could also signal a shift in the balance of power within the AL East. Yankees fans are reportedly excited at the prospect of welcoming Crochet, envisioning how his talent might integrate into their pitching lineup. On the other side, Red Sox loyalists are holding their breath, torn between the hope that this is just a rumor and the fear of losing a key player to their arch-rivals. While the details remain murky and the official announcement is still awaited, one thing is clear. The mere possibility of Garrett Crochet joining the Yankees has set off a whirlwind of speculation and anticipation across MLB circles. Whether this rumor materializes or fizzles out, it's certain to be remembered as one of the most talked about potential moves of the season. Fans, analysts, and players alike will be watching closely in the coming days, eager to see how this dramatic saga unfolds. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.